A UAP hovering over a rhino sanctuary, a bizarre humanoid locked inside a Romanian zoo, and a gorilla hitting glass hard enough to make visitors think an earthquake hit. These zoo cameras captured things no one could explain. This footage comes from the dead of night over a high-security sanctuary in South Africa. It was around 3:30 in the morning at a rhino farm near Klerksdorp, a place rigged with state-of-the-art night vision cameras and radar monitoring. It's a strict no-fly zone to keep poachers away, but out of nowhere, the radar blipped. Something was floating in their airspace. The security team pulled up the thermal camera feeds. They were not looking at a plane, a helicopter, no normal drone. What they saw was this bizarre shifting object drifting through the dark for 3 full minutes. Instead of moving in a straight line, it kept changing direction, erratically swooping low to the ground 1 second and soaring way up into the sky the next. To make things even freakier, the top part of the object was visibly morphing and moving around, almost like it was actively scanning the terrain below. They sent out a crew of armed rangers to check things out, but when they got to the spot, there was dead silence. So what was it? An ultra high-tech silent poaching drone? Or did something completely unexplainable decide to come check out a South African rhino farm at 3 in the morning? This next video is one of the stranger zoo clips I've come across today, although there's very little solid information about where it actually came from. The original upload appeared on YouTube in May of 2014, with the uploader saying he received it from someone backpacking through Eastern Europe who claimed to have filmed it at a zoo in Romania. The video starts with the guy claiming that they have this humanoid creature caged up and he's going to try and get some footage of it. He makes his way through this dark animal enclosure. You can hear what sounds like farm animals. Then he reaches a cage surrounded by a small crowd. The thing looks humanoid, crouched down and moving around on its knees, has pale skin, a large head, and a strangely contorted body, making a series of disturbing groaning sounds. The story surrounding the footage gets stranger. Supposedly, this was an illegal animal trafficking site somewhere in rural Romania, holding unusual deformed animals. I couldn't find reliable evidence identifying the facility, so what do you think? Is this totally fake? Could something actually be going on? Share your thoughts down below. Next up, we got a weird one straight out of the UK that left a team of actual wildlife experts stumped. Over at the Bristol Zoo project, conservationists were going through routine trail camera footage in their bare wood habitat, a massive 7.5-acre stretch of forest where bears, wolves, lynx, and wolverines roam around. While scrolling through the images, they caught something on night vision that completely threw them off. It was a strange 4-legged creature. Nobody on staff could figure out what the heck it was. What makes this even crazier is that it wasn't just a one-off glitch in the camera. Staff members and visitors had already been reporting weird sightings in the woods for weeks, and the animals also seemed freaked out by something. When the zoo's conservation team set up camera traps to figure out what was spooking the animals, the odd creature kept popping up on night vision. That footage comes from the San Diego Zoo. A gorilla slammed into the glass enclosure and cracked it. A bunch of witnesses said that at first they actually thought an earthquake had hit. It happened on October 11th, 2025. Denny, a 10-year-old western lowland gorilla, and another gorilla were seen messing with each other. As eyewitness Katya Sutil described, the two were, quote, going back and forth, kind of taunting each other. One would charge the other and then disappear, then it would happen again, end quote. Then Denny took things to an entirely different level. He slammed into the heavy protective barrier with a thud so massive that visitor Jackie Dubler said it felt like an earthquake. For Sutil, who was standing right in the splash zone, the impact sent physical shockwaves through the crowd. It was directly in front of my face. When it hit in front of me, I was so jolted I fell back a few feet. When I looked up to see what had happened, I saw the gorilla staring directly at me, making eye contact with me, she said. The power of Denny's jump left behind a massive crack around 6 feet long. Luckily, the safety panels did their job. If you've ever had an argument with your partner, you walk into another room, and then you just sit there in dead silence replaying the whole thing in your mind, thinking everything you've said, well, congratulations. You have officially shared a soul with a gorilla named Kiyomasa. look at this position, his mannerisms. It is uncannily human. Over at the Higashiyama Zoo in Nagoya, Japan, this 13-year-old western lowland gorilla went viral after getting into a spat with his mate. They recorded him sitting alone in a full-on thinking pose. He's got his right arm folded across his body, his left hand resting over his mouth. He's just staring off, clearly deep in thought. The internet instantly kind of went crazy with this because every single person recognized that exact look. One commenter wrote, "This is how I look after taking a joke too far with my wife." Another person said, "My husband gives the exact expression when he loses an argument with me and moves to the other room. In my opinion, it's universal." This is a compilation of footage of animals acting strangely at the San Antonio Zoo during the total solar eclipse on April 8th of 2024. As the moon completely covered the sun, the zoo suddenly went dark in the middle of the afternoon and several animals immediately started behaving differently. The zoo captured the reactions on camera and shared the footage on X. Meerkats started running around their enclosure before heading inside, apparently thinking nighttime had arrived. The flamingos gathered tightly together while the whooping cranes started performing their courtship dance. A strange behavior continued across the zoo, and giraffes, gorillas, lions, and macaws at the Fort Worth Zoo also showed changes during the eclipse. And scientists already know that sudden darkness can affect animals and disrupt their normal routines, so there's a pretty simple explanation for what happened here, but still, watching an entire zoo suddenly react to the sky going dark in the middle of the day, it's pretty surreal, and it does go to show how much, night and day, sun and night, it affects us as well. There's a reason we're supposed to sleep at night and be up during the day, yada yada. Next, we have the infamous Amarillo Zoo Creature. Now, this is a case I've talked about on the channel before, but this list just wouldn't be complete without mentioning it here. This odd image broke the internet back in 2022. It still has people arguing to this day. Back in May of that year, a perimeter camera at the Amarillo Zoo in Texas snapped an image at around 1:25 in the morning. Outside the chain link fence stood, something. It was bipedal, it had pointed ears, possibly horns, and looked like a bizarre hybrid of a werewolf and Sonic the Hedgehog. When the city of Amarillo released the photo, asking the internet for help, things went completely off the rails. The theories came flooding in by the thousands. Was it a coyote standing on its hind legs? A person wearing a weird hat who just really liked late night walks by the zoo? An alien? Or maybe Texas's very own chupacabra taking a casual midnight stroll past the animal enclosures. A tech company even offered to donate 80 high-def security cameras to the zoo to catch it if it ever came back. Years have passed since the photo was taken, and the mystery is still totally unsolved. Things never been spotted again. Neither the city nor the zoo has ever given any update, and nobody's ever come out saying that they hoaxed it. Was it just a prank pulled by someone in a fursuit, or did something genuinely unnatural wander up to a Texas zoo in the middle of the night? Share your thoughts down in the comments. And apparently, Texas has a total monopoly on bizarre, unexplained trail camera encounters close to zoos because just a year after the Amarillo incident, state park officials were hit with another weird case. Down at Benson Rio Grande Valley State Park, rangers were reviewing footage from their motion-activated trail cams. They spotted this weird, low-to-the-ground chunk of an animal creeping through the dark. It didn't look like any of the usual animals you see in that park, Texas, and the rangers were so completely stumped that they threw the photo up on Facebook, basically saying, "What the hell is this?" Their post read, "Captured on game camera. A mystery animal lurking in the Rio Grande Valley. We're scratching our heads trying to identify this elusive creature. Is it a new species, an escapee from a nearby zoo, or just a park ranger in disguise? Regardless, it's thrilling to see such an incredible animal in its natural habitat. Keep you updated as we continue to investigate this mystery." Naturally, people online started firing off their theories. Some thought it was a giant otter, others guessed a super pregnant badger, and a few claimed it was an exotic wild dog from South America. But because it's Texas as well, half the comments immediately blamed the chupacabra, joking that the goat sucker had been eating pretty good lately. But with all that said, that's been the video, and I'll catch you, yes you specifically, in the next one.